How you doing out there, folks? This is Frankie, the unknown songwriter. Right now, I'm pretty well known on YouTube and Twitter, I guess, with hundreds and hundreds of songs that I've been doing by different singers. I've been miming. I have my own songs too, though, but they're over 40 years ago. I just saw recently on the news that American Idol is going to start doing virtual auditions in about 10 days. It's going to be on the East Coast. So if anybody's thinking of doing that, but you don't have, maybe you don't have any songs, you may sing songs that you like from different singers, like I've been doing. But I think it would be better if you had a song that nobody really knew. Like the producers are not going to know one of my songs, so if you sing that as your audition, they might kind of like it. They may talk to each other. Did you ever hear that song? They may ask, did you write it? You could say, yeah, if you wanted to. It's all right with me. I'll give you permission. Since I'm unknown, so it wouldn't matter. So you just say, yeah. I write some songs from time to time, and it depends on what song we pick here that you're going to use. For only one out of the 8. The other ones, if you pass the audition, you get to the next round. Of course, then you will need another song, and I still think of these songs would be enough. You could pick from, to do your, in the competition. Because they're going to, as long as I have sheet music, you can just use it for those other songs. Not these, because this is test recordings. But you could use the sheet music, and someone there can play it, or you could play it if you play piano. Because I know for sure that the music that's on that sheet music is the same music that's on the songs. Because I was taking singing lessons a while ago, a long time ago, back in the day. And when I went there to the teacher, he asked me a few questions. I said, I work around here. I'd like to take a couple times a week. He said, do you have any experience singing? I said, no. He said, I have to ask you these questions. There's no charge or nothing for this, consultation. I said, no, I just wanted to do it because I wrote songs. He said, oh, that's good. And you would like to sing your own songs. I said, basically. He said, do you like any songs, because we're going to be doing, the lessons and all. I said, yeah, there's a couple songs I sing at home, Could you give me a sample? I said, okay, I didn't expect to do that. So he said, just give me one, and then maybe another. I want to hear the way your voice sounds, so I know what I have to do. Okay, let me see. I'll think of one here. I said, yeah, go ahead. He's not playing the music, and I'm just going to do it like I did it for him, if I can do it. If I had Aladdin's lamp for only a day, I'd make a wish, and here's what I'd say. Nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina in the morning. He said, Frank, it wasn't too bad. I said, yeah, if I like a song. So, but we'll do that. We'll take a lot of songs that you sing that you like, and we'll do the complete song and see how it comes out. You want to hear me hear another one? I said, yeah, I'll see if I can, offhand. When I'm used to doing them on my own, and he asked me on the spot to sing a portion of a song. I said, yeah, let me try another one. He said, go ahead. Give my regards to Broadway. Tell 'em I'll be there. Tell the gang at 42nd Street that I will soon be there. Whisper of how I'm yearning to mingle with the old-time crowd. Give my regards to old Broadway and tell 'em I'll be there ere long. He said, Frank, it wasn't too bad. I said, it's good. I know I can really work with you. I took all these lessons. Now I'm rusty now. And these lessons, over 30 years ago, 40 years ago. I have all the when we were doing the lessons, I still have it all the cassettes that we were doing. I still have it. I could go through the whole thing again. And we were singing songs, practicing at home, and go home and play the cassette or the lesson and practice. And then when the next day said leave it where we left off, and he would add more to it. It was the scales and la la la, lee lee lee, lo lo lo, all that, But right now, because he did ask me about the scales, and I knew what he meant. I didn't say no. He said, yeah, you know the scales, right? You heard it. Yeah, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. He said, do you think you can do it? I said, I think so. I mean, I never really thought about it too much. He said, well, you want to try it, and then we'll take it from there. And I said, all right. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, do, ti, la, so, fa, mi, re, do. I said, Frank, you did pretty good on the spot like that. I said, with practice, you could probably sing any song. I said, all right. After that, I took the lessons and all, and I brought this sheet music that I'm talking about, and he played it, and he sang the song, and it was just like the way the demos that I have, on the 45 RPM records. So I know the sheet music. When you hear those songs, if you're interested, I already have them on social media. You could look up 45 RPM records by my name, and you will be able to hear them. So that's what I brought that up only because of these songs. Now I'm going to play a song, and I'm going to let you hear it, and then I'm going to discuss it that you could use for the audition. Let's try one now.
You may think that you're headed in the right direction, but it would be better if you stayed put and strived for perfection. Don't let yourself go to pot, whether you're rich or not. Remember, you're as young as you feel, and that's why you should give yourself a better deal. Look at your appearance every day and decide if you want to stay that way. Don't let yourself go to pot, whether you're rich or not. Exercise to keep thin. The more you do it, the easier for you to begin. If you like to run, then getting into shape ought to be fun. Don't let yourself go to pot, whether you're rich or not. If you want to be happy in the world today, and enjoy yourself at work or play, and keep the new you on your mind, and leave your old self far behind. Don't let yourself go to pot, whether you're rich or not. Whether man, woman, or child, or a person who is just smile, it's up to you to decide what you're going to use as your guide. Don't let yourself go to pot, whether you're rich or not. Just as the climate changes throughout the year, you should use your time to get yourself in gear. It doesn't make any difference whether it's cold or hot, as long as you don't let yourself go to pot.
Okay, so that was the first one. Don't let yourself go to pot. Now, I don't know how good that would be, for an audition, because of the connotations of marijuana, but it has nothing to do with marijuana, this song. The title could be changed, and that would eliminate that right away, because the title, back when I wrote this over 40 years ago, pot was a little more bad then. The way what it is now. It's decriminalized now. And you can buy it in certain stores. They're allowed to sell it and all in certain states. So right now it's not so much like it was, when I wrote this song. But I wrote it because of that nobody should let themselves go to pot and get in shape. I put man, woman, or child. Of course, kids nowadays, that's where this obesity starts, when you're a kid. And you stay that way your life. If you were a kid and were doing exercising, you could probably keep from getting bigger as you gaining weight and all while you're growing up. But I mean, the song it has meaning, but I don't think that one would be one of the better ones to do for an audition. But again, we'll see. I'm going to play them all like I just did, let you hear it, and you got 8 songs to choose from for the audition. If you're looking for a song and you don't want to sing the everyday songs, the producers there that are going to decide, they heard the songs, and if you're singing a song by somebody else, you going to sound like that singer? Because that's what's going to happen. They want to hear your voice, how you sing, and I think these test recordings that I have are good because he's just playing the guitar, and that's what you need to do. It's an audition. It's not have to be anything fancy, no band or anything like that, and a lot. It doesn't have to be. Let's try the next one and see how it is.
From every church and every steeple, the door is always open to all the people. All you have to do is go inside. It's easy after you've taken that first stride. We all have God on our side, and there should be nothing to hide. No matter how young or how old, only God knows how your life will unfold. If we use the scriptures for our guide, then we'll go far and wide. We all have God on our side, and there should be nothing to hide. Once you've found that special feeling within, now you know it's time to begin. Temptations will always be there, but it's up to you to be aware. We all have God on our side, and there should be nothing to hide. Once we leave this earth, where we go depends on our word. The best way to prepare for this trip is to believe in, even on what you can get a grip. If you want God on your side, you must remember not to give up, no matter how hard you try.
Yeah, so I have them all set up now. We all have God on our side. It's not a bad song. It's encouraging people to believe in God and everything, and to go to church and all that. But that one might be all right. Because I have some religion songs, you could say gospel. They could be still done in any kind of music. So we got 2 now. And now, again, like I said, these are test recordings. If you're looking for to do an audition, one of these songs might be good. You know, it's we're going to go through them. I'll tell you the one I think is probably the best one for the audition. That's up to you. You can have any one of them. I don't care. That's up to you. But if whatever happens at the audition, if you don't get, you don't pass, it's not on me. Maybe you wouldn't have passed either way. I think it's better to take a song that nobody knows, that they don't know there. Because if they ask you, where'd you get that song from, or you're going to say what you want. I'm giving you permission to use it. You can say, I got it from a friend of mine. You could do that. He wrote it for me, or whatever. So let's try another one. Let's see.
The life that we share together can only get better and better if we try and understand each other. Then we won't have to look for another. Your smile is my reward, 'cause you're the one I've always adored. You are something special to me, and that's the way I always wanted to be. I like to see you dressed in lace, but I'd rather see a smile on your face. Your smile is my reward, 'cause you're the one I've always adored. It's not the flowers that I bring, but instead it's my thoughts of you in the spring. Even though the weather may be cold, as long as we're together, we will have each other to hold. Your smile is my reward, 'cause you're the one I've always adored. We may disagree once in a while, but I know everything's alright when I see a smile. At times we may be apart, but wherever I'm at, I'll always have you in my heart. Your smile is my reward, 'cause you're the one I've always adored. When we go out on the town, I want to make you happy, so that you won't feel down. While we're having a good time, I can tell by your actions that you're in your prime. Your smile is my reward, 'cause you're the one I've always adored. When I'm around you, I'm never bored, 'cause your smile is my reward.
See, now that one wasn't too bad. That one could be all right. There's a lot of lyrics there. See, these test recordings, you can hear the lyrics real clear. You know yourself a lot of songs a lot of times, because I've been doing a lot of these songs, the old songs, and you can't, some of the lyrics aren't that clear, the way they sing it. These singers, they have their own inflection and everything. But on these test recordings, now that one I would say would be a possibility. Remember, you're the one going to pick it. You only one. Anybody who wants to do it. But if someone contacts me, well, that's it. Nobody else is going to get the song. That's it, for the audition. Now, if you get through. Because if you don't get through, well, that's it. Then we're done. Unless you still want to sing. Want to sing the song. Okay, so I'm giving permission for all this. There's no cost or anything. So I'm doing it because I want to see someone could benefit from my songs. So far, okay, we heard these songs. So far, I think this is a possibility. So let's go on to the next one.
There is one saying everyone should know, because it makes the hearts of boys and girls glow. Saint Nick's the name, and at Christmas time he gets his fame. Tinsel Christmas time he gets his fame. From the North Pole he comes every year, and at Christmas time he'll always appear. Even on the coldest day, there's only one name you have to say. Saint Nick's the name, and at Christmas time he gets his fame. On the eve of that special day, the children can't wait till he pulls up in his sleigh. And when he makes his famous ride, everyone will be asleep inside. Saint Nick's the name, and at Christmas time he gets his fame. After he's come and gone, everyone wakes up about dawn. And when you see what you got, you're glad it wasn't a little, and sad that it wasn't a lot. The children are good the whole year through. They'll have something to look forward to. But if they're not, they'll have themselves to blame, because they didn't remember that Saint Nick's the name.
Okay. Okay. Now that's a Christmas song. I would say I wouldn't pick that one to do an audition. You could, because when Christmas starts, you know how it is with Christmas. Usually they start a little ahead, or way before Christmas. If someone was interested in a Christmas song, this might be a good one. It's in soul, but it doesn't matter, because Christmas hasn't changed. Saint Nick and all that. It's in a lot of songs with Saint Nick. So when I first wrote this song, I was discussing it with my wife and all, and she gave me the idea because he's the patron saint of the children, And she was always praying to the saints. She said that we could do a song with Saint Nick. It could be a Christmas or religion because it's a saint. I said, oh, and Saint Nick's the name that we all know well. I said, I must know well. I mean, Noel, but I really meant know well. Knowall. But when I said that, so let me go through it. So in this, not in this version, in one of my versions that have, it's in one of the lines it says, Saint Nick's the name that we all know well. And he comes around every Christmas while we sing Noel, Noel. I thought that was kind of neat, having Noel in the title. But then I said, let me keep it simple for now, Saint Nick's the name. But that'd be a good Christmas song for somebody. You could change the lyrics around a little bit. I might say, put that in there. Make that part of it. And you have plenty of time for Christmas because it's already pretty much done. I've got a lot of versions of that, though. There's one version that's good enough to go out as is, commercial. It's commercial enough. It could be remastered, and it could be out there as a hit. Christmas songs are played every year, so it's good to get a Christmas song. That's something I think if anybody wanted to have a song to call their own, a Christmas song would be the one. Because there's not too many come out new ones. There's some, but the standards that are already out there. So it'd be nice to have one. So shame I have it, and it's not just sitting on the shelf and nobody, it could be sung by somebody. So if anybody's interested in the Christmas song or any of these songs, it doesn't have to be, for an audition for American Idol. I'm going by whoever contacts me, for whatever the deal is. If somebody contacts me, then I have to decide. But if someone takes one of the songs and is going to do an audition, then nobody else, I'm not going to deal with anybody else with those songs. Until, whatever happens. If that person passes the audition, and you go through the next round, and you're in there for a while, getting to it, then you can use my songs to sing throughout the competition. If you want, you don't have to. Okay, let's try another one.
Walks down the street my baby. She's got what it takes, I know, 'cause I have to put on the brakes. From the sparkle in her eyes to the last goodbyes. If she would ever leave me, that could bring on the cries. From the top of her head to the bottom of her feet, you'll never find anyone as sweet as Marie, my baby. With a curl in her hair and a personality beyond compare, she's bright and out of sight. No matter what she wears, she'll always give the stares. And just as the darkness signifies the night, and the daytime gives you the light, I never let my girl out of sight, because that's Marie, my baby. Whether sunny or rainy, windy or cold, there's a girl who is often quite bold. That's Marie, my baby. Wherever she goes, everyone knows that she's the one who always has lots of fun. Even though she doesn't have fame, she'll always be the same, because that's Marie, my baby.
Okay, now title of that was Marie, My Baby. Now, of course, to me, that was my wife's name, so that's when we first start going together, and I was writing the songs, I wrote it for her. But again, all you have to do is change the name. You can put a name you want. You can put Mary, you could put Betty, you could put Ann, anything, any name, and just keep the lyrics the way it is. That's a possibility, that one. Now, let's see. Okay, so far so good. So far the songs so far you heard, so you're hearing them, and I'm performing them. So better than, because I'm encouraging people to see if they could do an audition there. Maybe a lot of people think about it. Maybe you don't feel like you could do it. I think you can. But again, maybe you have your own songs that you've either written or songs that you like, and you're singing all these songs that you've been singing. So pick one of them for the audition. But a lot of times, on auditions and on, when they're doing the judges decide, well, they'd say a lot of times, they say, well, that's not the right song for you. You're trying to sing like someone else, and you're not. So they want to hear your voice, and they want to hear the way you deliver the song and your personality and all that. Like, I think that these test recordings that I have, I think that would bring out your voice, because you hear how this singer is. He's singing all the different songs, but his voice is still about the same, and the way he does the guitar. So, well, let's do another one. Let's see.
When you're young, you don't realize how tough life is unless you've had several tries. Because the world's at your feet every time you walk down the street. If your problems are getting you down, now's the time to stop messing around. If you're having trouble making ends meet, remember that the world's at your feet. No matter what color your face, we all belong to the human race. Every now and then you should reflect on the things you might neglect. the grass is green, and there's a lot of things you haven't seen. From morning till night you wonder if what you're doing is right, because the world's at your feet every time you walk down the street. From coast to coast, everyone should make the most. If you don't think your job is the best, then you should make another test, because the world's at your feet every time you walk down the street. The stars, moon, and sun have been there since time begun. We should not complain about the wind and rain, because the world's at your feet every time you walk down the street.
Okay, now that was The World's at Your Feet. I think that one would be really good for an audition. If I was going to pick one, I think that one. But that's up to you. That's not up to me. You heard the title. You heard the words. And it was written over 40 years ago, but there's nothing there that really dates it. That's the only thing with these songs. You know, when I wrote them, if I would have wrote about something that was current then, it would date them, but it doesn't. I mean, one of the lines in this particular song, I think that right now, the way things are, you probably heard it. No matter what color your face, we all belong to the human race. That's just, when I wrote that, I believe that, That's over 40 years ago. Now, with all this Black Lives Matter and everything, it really doesn't matter what color your face. We all belong to the human race. It's a good line in there, and then maybe if you did pick this song, and you can change the lyrics around. You might want to use that lyric in there a little more. Repeat it a couple times in there. That you could do. Because if you pick a song and you contact me, well, I'm going to send you. I'll type out the lyrics on the email and send it to you. As far as there's no sheet music for this. You're going to just do it as a guitar or something. You can do it. If you're playing any kind of instrument, you can do it. Like the way they did these test recordings. Because I have all these songs, like I said, I have them all done by a band. It was called the MELODIERS. They did all these 8 songs, and they're on 45 RPM records. So there's 8 songs on 4 records. So that was for me to send around to disc jockeys. When I got all these records, I said, "Oh my God, look at all these records." I had 500 records altogether. It was an awful lot. And I asked, and they said, "Yeah, that was for you. So there's 4 records. We sent it to disc jockeys." They gave me a list of all the radio stations across the country at that time, and I said, I sent them out. I sent all those records out, 4 to all these radio stations. I did some a day, Might have sent 10 in one day, wait another, 10 different ones, but with 4 records in each one. And inside I put, my phone number and all they could contact me, in case. And if they don't want to do it, just toss it, I don't want them back. So I didn't really hear nothing. I did get one. I got a call. I was surprised, Not too long after that, the guy said, "This is Jimmy," and I said, "Jimmy who?" He said, "I'm from one of the radio stations here in, I don't know, Atlanta, Georgia, someplace." He said, "I got your records and all, and I played them. They're not too bad. Which I will play them for you. I'm not playing them for about a month. Every day I'll play them at least once. That's it." I said, "Well, what's the catch?" He said, "Well, I do charge for that. It would be $400. You write me a check, $400 to my name. I get the check and it clears. I'll start playing them." I said, "Yeah, it's not a bad deal, because you have 8 songs. I usually charge like $100 per song, but because you have them 4 records, I decided to do $100 for each record. That would be $400. And if you would get any response, I will let you know. Like, the way I called you, if anybody would call the station and they're interested in the song. I said, it's not a bad, it's not a bad idea, but I won't pass on it for now. So, you can always call me anytime. Don't hesitate. I'm here all the time, so give me a call if you're interested. I will be glad to do it for you. I said, I appreciate all that. Thanks a lot. And then, I thought about it. I said, oh, no, I don't want to do that. Because I sent all those records out to all these radio stations. And what happens if some of them do play it? He's playing it, and then they play it, and I paid him, but I didn't pay the other company, the other stations. So I didn't want to do that, because that was payola. They call that payola. You're paying for a service. I'm paying him to play my songs so I could get it out there and maybe could get a record deal because of that. That's where they come up with that term, payola. That goes back a ways. People have Victrolas, they were called Victrola in the beginning, the record player. So they got the pay, you're paying the guy, and then the yola, payola. It wasn't nothing then. Nowadays, I don't know if they're doing much of that, but I think it's it's a misdemeanor now to do that. And I don't want to, at that time, I didn't want to, I get in trouble too easy, so I didn't do it, so. I just mentioned that because of these records, Okay, let's do another one right now. Let's see.
On this earth you live and love, and sometimes even need a shove. But if you learn to swallow your pride, you'll be able to live with your neighbor side by side. 'Cause there's a heaven in the sky above, and there's much more to life than just love. No matter how much you earn, there's always plenty to learn. As the days and nights go by, we never question why, 'cause we know there's a heaven in the sky above. People have likes and people have hates, but what really matters is how you live your life before you enter the pearly gate in the heaven in the sky above. They say that the earth is round, but it doesn't mean to this earth you are bound. No matter who you are, and every time you look at a star, you know there's a heaven in the sky above, and there's much more to life than just love. In his days of fast-paced living, that doesn't seem much time forgiven. But if you care, you want to share in the heaven in the sky above. Springtime brings the flowers, and birds sing their song, and then you know that you belong to the heaven and the sky above. And there's much more to life than just love.
Okay, there's a heaven in the sky above. That's a nice song. Everybody says that, the heaven's above and what's below. We used to discuss that with my wife about that. We believe in God and all, and there's a heaven in the sky above. So that was a good title, they say to this earth, you're not bound, which is true, we're not bound to this earth. The earth is round, that's what they say, and to this earth we are not bound. We're bound to stay here for a while, but not forever, so that's where the heaven comes in. I gotta put at the end, springtime brings the flowers and birds sing their song. That means when you pass away and go to heaven, you'll be up there at the pearly gates, and you'll be hearing all the birds singing and everything, and that's what that means in that part of the song. So it's a good song. It might not be bad. I've done that song in so many different music. It can be gospel. It can be any kind of music. When this guy does this test recording, they're all the songs, music, there's no real music. He just changes the little beat of the guitar, according to the way I rhymed it. So that might be all right. But so far, The World's at Your Feet, I think, would be the best one. If you were going to pick one, to do the audition, that one. So I would write all the lyrics out, type it out, and send it to you by email. You already heard it, so you can change it around a little bit and play it in your own key or whatever you want to do. Okay, this is the next one. I think is the last one.
That you were born and intend every morn. You grow both in body and mind. Before you know it, you're looking behind. The spirit in every man is what makes him try as hard as he can. As you go through school, you find yourself learning the golden rule. With this knowledge that you acquire, you hope that you'll have a future for hire. The spirit in every man is what makes him try as hard as he can. Do what you do best, and you won't have to worry about the rest. Finish what you began to prove there's a spirit in every man. Inside us all there's that little something that makes us tick. It lets us decide what we want to pick. That's the spirit in every man that makes him try as hard as he can. On the outside, how different we appear, but on the inside, we keep what is dear. And when things look bleak, you should continue on, because success comes to the strong, not the weak. The spirit in every man is what makes him try as hard as he can. After you have achieved your goal, now you know that you could win any poll, 'cause of the spirit in every man.
So how do you like that? That was not bad. Okay. That wants to play it again, but I don't. Okay, so that one, The Spirit in Every Man, that would be a good one. See, the way these songs are with these test recordings, that would be a good one to do an audition. Remember, this audition is not going to be judged because of the way the song is, or what song it is, or where it's from. It's how you do it, your presentation, your voice, how you present yourself there. You want to try to get in, because once you get through the audition, you have a good chance, because you're in with all these other contestants. There's going to be a lot of competition. But at least once that's all, they have that all done, and there's going to be, how they do it. There'll be every week, every couple of weeks, there may be some people eliminated. I think once you get past, if you can get past the audition, you have a good chance. Now, if you want to use my songs, if you do get into the competition, you can use my songs. I don't know how many you're going to need. You're not going to need too many. There's 8 of them. You only need, 3 or 4. I don't know how many. But, you there's enough there. I have other songs too, but like if you get through the competition, you get towards the end of it, then you might want to do the Saint Nick. That's a Christmas song. Bring that in. That might be the difference. Who knows at the end of this whole thing. It's going to be experience to go through this with all these different people from all over competing, you know, to be the American Idol. I think, you know, anybody can do it, you know. I mean, I can't, I mean, now I wouldn't do it. I mean, when I was younger, I didn't do it, but now I could go to America Got Talent maybe and sing one of my songs. That's a possibility. You know, I wouldn't rule that out. I mean, completely. Like I said, right now I'm looking for someone else to sing my song, not me necessarily. Okay, this was mostly done. This presentation was directed towards somebody out there that might be thinking of auditioning for American Idol, but you're not sure what you want to use, the material. I think one of these songs on the test recording would be good to use. Now, if you want to use one of the ones that I had done on the record, you know, with the group and all that, I don't think it'd be good for the test recording. You just want it simple, you know. You're not looking for that. I think if you could do one of these songs, you've seen me mime it and all, but I mean, you can't really do that, even though it's going to be, you know, a virtual audition at home. You don't want to play that and do like I did with that guy's voice, and that's not going to work. So don't do anything like that. The best thing you do, you can practice. You could go on your own. You know, you have it now. You listen to this video. You can listen to the song and you can practice at home. If you have a guitar and all, and say, you know what, I could do that. You know, just by listening to it over and over. If you contact me, I'm going to give you my contact information. It's not my email address. This way, if you email me and say you're interested in what song, I'll get back to you, and I could still send you a link of one of the song that you pick, and I'll put it in the description. I'll do the lyrics, you know, the way the lyrics are. That's all you would really need, and I'll give you permission then, exclusive rights to do that. Now, if anybody else is interested, you know, not for American Idol, just because you like one of the songs, you still can contact me. I'm not going to be charging for these songs if someone wants to sing a song. But if someone wants to make it their own, like the Christmas song would be the one right now, St. Nick's the Name. Because that one, it's Christmas time will be coming, you got a few months yet, plenty of time to get it ready. If you want to make a video, whatever you want to do, that would be a song that you might want to own. But you know, Christmas songs, they play it every year, and there's not been too many new ones. There's always some, I know, but there hasn't been that many. This has got St. Nick in the title and all. St. Nick's the name that we all know well. You know, Noel, that might be something to think about. But if anybody wants any of the songs, you can just contact me. Okay, here's my email address. I'm going to say it. frankleeper46@gmail.com. You know, it's all small letters. You know that. FRANKLEEPER 46@gmail.com. Well, that's all you have to do. Contact me. I'm not going to keep sending you emails back and forth and all that. I need to make a video like this and put it on the link and send it to you. But I'm giving permission to anybody for these songs. I'm not charging nothing. The only way, if someone likes one of these songs, and these are test recordings, so it's not going to sound as good as some of the demos that I have, but you just let me know you're interested, and I will send you. I have all the other songs out there already. You know, the actual recordings. I have some of these songs done in, they're all different music companies. So, country and western and everything, the same song. Like that St. Nick's the Name can be done in any kind of music. I think it needs to be with background singers and it can be done, you know. Like I said, I have a lot of demos with it, but this is just a test recording that you hear. But you can hear the lyrics and think of those lyrics. And the lyrics of this one, on this test recording, doesn't say St. Nick's the Name that we all know well. It doesn't say, because I only did that in the very beginning, but then I dropped it. I wanted to make it a little bit shorter, and I didn't want to think I'm trying to get in on, you know, that song with Noel, but I just decided to keep it the way you heard it here. So that's pretty much it. Now, again, this was for anybody that's thinking of doing an audition for American Idol. You may be looking for a song, and maybe you already have it, but you won't have one of these songs. That's for sure. Because the only way you're going to get it is from me. Because I'm the only one. I wrote them, so I still say The World's at Your Feet might be the one that'd be good for the audition. Again, that's up to you. You contact me now. If someone does contact me about it, and someone else does, whoever contacts me first, because they're going to be the one I'm going to give it to. I'm not going to, I can't, wouldn't have a conflict of interest. Someone goes on American Idol, and they do the audition with The World's at Your Feet, then another person comes on and they do the same song. I mean, it could probably wouldn't say anything about it, but I don't think I don't want no conflict of interest. So if anybody, there's two different things here. Anybody's interested in one of the songs to do it for an audition, let me know. If someone wants to use one of the songs, maybe the Christmas song, and get it ready for do a Christmas video or something, let me know. We can work it out. I'm not looking for any money from it. The only thing I want, I'd rather have the song out there. At least it's being heard, not after all these years. I'm just, doing this on social media now, but I'd like it to be out there and done, somebody do a good recording and let it be heard, and that's what I really want. Money-wise, okay, we can work out deals. I mean, if you take one of the songs and I say, okay, you can use it, make a video, do the song over, whatever you want to do, and it goes, you get it out there to the public, and money starts coming in from it, royalties, whatever you want to call it. Keep track of the money that you spent. You can deduct it, from your costs, and then from that point on, would be 50-50 partners, and we'll split any proceeds. So, it's not too involved. I mean, it's just we can make an easy deal. It doesn't. If you wanted to, I don't know what price I would charge for one of the songs. I have to be careful with it. I don't want to just give it away. I would charge, a reasonable amount, and that way it's yours. I get nothing. So whatever becomes of that song through the years, whatever happens, whoever buys it, that's yours. It's all yours. It's all for you. Keep all this in mind. I did this presentation. I just thought about it, with American Idol and all. Maybe someone might be thinking of doing an audition, but they're just undecided, to do something like that, you're going to have to think about it. But, they're getting ready to start it up, like I said, in about 10 days. So you got to get in there. You got to get an application in, or whatever you have to do. You have to contact them, and when you do, then they will set up a time for you to do the audition. It's going to be virtual. It's not going to be in a studio or nothing like that. Not now, anyway, with the way the new normal is. So keep all that in mind, and there's somebody out there, I'm sure, that sees this video is thinking about it. Yeah. But again, now, I don't want to be held responsible, say, oh, that guy, I took one of his songs, it was a mistake, I didn't make it. Well, don't think that way. You got to be positive, and if you do make it, I want you to make it. Why? Because I'll be happy to see that one of my songs was actually, heard, in front of those producers, That would be a good thing. Because they darn well when they're going to hear you do a performance of one of my songs they're not going to know. They're not going to know the song. There's no way. If they try to say, ask, is that song from this singer? And say, no. You don't have to say anything. If they ask you that you write the song, you can say, it was written for me by some friend or somebody. Whatever you want. I wouldn't bring up that 40 years thing and all that. It doesn't make a difference. That's not going to make it because it was over 40 years. Okay, again, I'm going to give you my email address again. That's frankleeper46@gmail.com. FrankLeeper 46@gmail.com. So if anybody's interested in these songs for anything, let me know. I'm doing different videos because I'm going back over my songs now. So, okay, thank you for your time, and I look forward to hearing from someone real soon. Have a great day.